And so it went on, and indeed their discussion took forever. In the end, Simon agreed to a bout of psychotherapy, and so he found himself on Ziggy's brand-new couch a short while later. Many, many therapy sessions later, Ziggy was able to get an idea of Simon's psyche. In this final session, Ziggy is presenting his insights to Simon.
Well, Simon, I can tell you're definitely not the worst contemporary of the magic world. Unfortunately, you have yet to succeed in bringing your early phase of defiance to a close, unlike most people of your age group. When you think back to your first adventure, do you feel you've changed at all since then? Sure, you've cut off your ridiculous ponytail, but on the inside you're still the same child you were back then. More pleasantly put, you have a tremendous resistance to demands placed on you by your environment. Your personality is furthermore defined by a steady pattern of negative attitudes. I'm sure you often feel treated unfairly and misunderstood by others, and perhaps too often experience what seems to you a nefarious sense of obligation to perform your duties. Well, your silence is speaking volumes, just as the events Alex and Red Riding Hood told me about. Your bad attitude also is the reason you tend to resolve your interpersonal problems in a very cynical way, if you resolve them at all, that is. In one area, however, you develop and devote a huge amount of energy and fantasy in rationalizing your own avoidance behavior. Let me rephrase that. You're always complaining. You put an unbelievable amount of vigor into lamenting your tough lot in life and into arguments with others. While we're on the topic of your fellow beings, they often characterize you as being moody and quarrelsome. If somebody seems to be better off than you, you feel envy and anger. You don't take authority seriously in any way, other than despising it. Although, at least you feel remorse from time to time, compensating this with a certain degree of friendliness towards your fellow beings. While you're certainly capable of that, it never lasts long. Most of the time you revert to putting down everybody and everything as soon as possible after the fact. Try to see other people and the challenges of life in a more positive light. For instance, there's no reason to upset and harry the swampling just because he can cook better than you and enjoys cooking as well. There's also no reason to hate Red Riding Hood for having found her life's role model just at the age of 10 while you're still looking for yours. You really could have spared that comment, and naturally I'm earning more money than you. That's more than reasonable. Changing yourself is no question of income, though. It's also not an unacceptable demand that you put back my diamond-studded lamp you just threw down, either.
Simon's last therapy session went on like this for a long, long time, until finally Ziggy had Simon institutionalized. A short while later, though, the town guard John discovered that Ziggy was not even licensed as a trained psychiatrist, and so Simon was set free again. Since then, he's refused to go to therapy ever again, and continued living his life just as before. And now let's see what became of the other heroes of this adventure game. The wolf published a CD of his best drinking songs. Overnight he became a pop star and a heartthrob sensation. With the proceeds of his success, he bought Isla de los Locos and built a bar where the Black Pear had been. As he himself was his only customer, he had to file for bankruptcy only a few weeks later. The swampling found his way back to his life's prime task and continued cooking swamp soup with great passion. The Nihonians immediately canceled their tourist program and retired to their home world. There they felt bored to death and decided to become the first race in the universe to disappear in a totally inexplicable way. They built countless photogenic ruins all over the known universe to give the coming civilizations something to take pictures of. Then they disappeared overnight from the magic world universe. Red Riding Hood gave up her command and dedicated herself to her feminist work again. When she was old enough, she seized upon a women's advancement and gender studies program at the Royal Academy and began her advanced academic studies. In her first year at college, she fell in love with a cousin of the Puss in Boots, which changed her entire outlook on life. Shoes, makeup, and fitness training suddenly gained a whole new level of significance for her. Later she wrote an ultra-conservative book on marriage, family, and moral values that immediately became a bestseller. The two mole agents recovered from the injuries they incurred during their valiant defense of the Caribbean island. They were discovered by a film producer and starred in the hit movie Moles in Black. After the 14th sequel, they retired from the movie business and went straight into politics. Town Guard John acquired an extensive stamp collection, for which he won the prize for the most boring anthology of stamps during the International Philatelic Congress. This was to remain his greatest success for the entirety of his life. Dr. Walden set up a craft enterprise making devices for lawn care and landscaping tools. He made a fortune designing contraptions for the dispelling and killing of voles and moles until he was incarcerated for violating the Royal Nature Conservation Act. After Walden's imprisonment, Mr. Danishan roamed all the magic world sewers looking for his sister. He was never heard of again. Goldilocks was able to make a big haul despite her encounter with the Nihonians in the town hall. Using that gold, she bought a pardon from the king. However, her subsequent attempt at becoming a pop star failed utterly. Today, Goldilocks is living in a small town in Oklahoma, embittered and poverty-stricken. After his therapy sessions with Simon, Ziggy became incurably insane. Afterwards, he ambushed sorcerers' apprentices in the magic school of Backwarts and became known as the infamous Magic World Slasher. Captain Narrow developed superpowers by eating swamp soup. He now flies around the magic world as Captain Glamour, wearing very sexy pantyhose and giving spankings to villains. Edward Peach was completely surprised his cut-price spaceship was indeed able to function and immediately constructed a black pair too, marketing deckhand positions through a tourism agency. The ship vanished without a trace in the endless reaches of outer space, together with everybody aboard. The radio announcer's voice was forever connected with the terrors of the times of the alleged invasion. Although he harbored a great liking for comedies, he was only able to get voiceover roles for second-rate science fiction movies such as The Brain from Outer Space or Green Alert in Betelgeuse. In his madness, the ghost apprentice developed the multiple personalities of a lawyer, an accountant, a master of business administration, and a stockbroker, among others. After he rationalized and reorganized his personalities to a total of 15, he became a successful businessman, and all his remaining personalities were awarded the title Manager of the Year. The spaceship's computer voice was able to be recovered alive, but it refused to become part of Peach's door security system ever again. Instead, it fell in love with Polly. They eloped together and are currently working in the video game industry as developers. The battle robot was dismantled and its parts were turned into plowshares. Its complicity in the following Peasants' Wars could never be proven. During the great victory celebration, Siegfried the Hammer became talkative again and bragged about his adventures. John, as conscientious as ever, researched the legal situation concerning magic hammers and discovered Siegfried had not paid his taxes for the last 2,000 years. The hammer has been a fugitive ever since, while his friend Stan made use of his right to remain silent and refused to give evidence. Jonas was temporarily wanted in 13 star systems for founding a religious sect, blasphemy, and indecent behavior. While fleeing from the authorities, he had to make an emergency landing on an uninhabited swamp planet. Shortly before his passing away, a young space pilot appeared and fell for Jonas's teachings. This young space pilot used the power to establish and instill a galaxy-wide rebellion. Since there was no evil empire, however, it just fizzled out. The narrator finished speaking these lines, and then the game ended. Hey, just a minute. That's supposed to be it? Come on, let me yak some more. I'm young and need the money. I can also do answering machine messages and telesales. Hello? Is anybody still listening?
The decision draws near. Heel! Sick 'em, boy! Look, Marge, he's opening the door after all.
This must be some sort of welcoming ritual. Hey, that tickles. Oh, look, a primitive replicator. There, a primitive shrine for that Simon being.
And look how nicely this thing's flickering.
Crap! The aliens are still waving their guns, and I'm still stuck here. Now I've just got to hit the right spot. No. Damn. Crap. Strike. Finally. There's your tasty dinner. Get it. Ha ha!
Look, Simon's pet. How cute. And it's so tame.
Stroke it. You've got to stroke it. I'll shoot a picture.
So long!
Look, Marge, according to the guidebook, the Aborigines offer sacrifices to their gods here.
And this seems to be some sort of idol. How ugly.
Not those guys again!
Listen, one of their priests is calling them to prayers.
Simon, friend, you finally rescue me, come! Well, I did have something more worthwhile in mind, but since I'm here... You not want to be my friend any long! You by myself leave me! Be quiet, okay? You can come with me, but don't get in my way. Hero at work, you know? I always knew you real friend were. I wished always dying with bestest friend together. I'd really appreciate a little more trust in my abilities. I need a plan and quick. Think, Simon, think.
How beautifully that priest sang. Let's take a picture of him.
Another problem brilliantly solved!
Look, Michael, a fertility goddess.
How fair and beautiful it is. Those savages really know how to depict curves. Yes, Marge. 30 years ago, you still look like this too.
Michael, get away from that statue and help me set up the meeting point for our tourist group. Hurry, otherwise we'll never be done by the time they arrive. Michael, over here.
Oh, I should stay clear of those guys. Or even better, get rid of them. Fit that between your green ears.
Marge, darling, do you want to join the others at bingo tonight or dance limbo?
Dance limbo.
Oh no! It must have been the signal. We'll miss out on the great buffet. We've got to get to the meeting point. The buffet! The buffet!
All you can eat! All you can eat!
I'd better disappear real quick. Simon, where you go? Huh? Danger! No!
Ah, they've employed a native who'll show us the way.
Just you wait until I get my hands on you!
Alex was wrong. The rocket didn't hit a single innocent person. Non-friends gone on? Not quite. Better stay in your pod a little longer. I bet that soup does wonders for your complexion.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good at all. Ah, the aliens are coming!
Marge, just look at this paradise.
Splendid. It really was a great idea to book the Pirate Island special.
Hell's bells, what's this nonsense?
That must be the witch doctor, just like it says in our guidebook.
No, not the catalyst fluid!
Wow, he entered a trance just for us. What a show!
All of this is so exciting. A pity what's going to happen to this planet soon.
Oops.
The cheeseburger is over-salted. The waiters are cleaning the tables.
That massage was just the thing. I'm ready for more island attractions now.
You're right, Michael. Look there, black pygmies.
Geronimo!
Oh, they're so cute. Let's take a photo at once.
Look, Marge. Now they're lighting fireworks for us.
Marvelous. And look at that idol over there.